Before we get started, this is a get ready with me, obviously the title, featuring the James Charles palette. If you were here just to see that palette, I will leave little like time increments that you can, fast forward the video on so you can just see me using the palette and all of that good stuff. But other than that, let's just go. Hi there and welcome back to my channel. My name is Danny and I'm just wondering if there's really such a thing as too much coffee. If so, I have not reached the limit. So I have already done brows. Y'all have seen me in a video without brows once or twice now, and 0 is enough times to see me without brows. First thing I'm gonna do is prep my face with the Too Faced Hangover RX. This is the 3-in-1 replenishing primer and setting spray. Just give it a good shake. This guy is amazing because it is silicone free, it is alcohol free, and it is oil free. I was a big fan of the all-nighter setting spray from Urban Decay, but this guy is loaded with alcohol. This guy's trying to get your skin turned, not in a good way. And then Mama has a shit ton of pores, so we're gonna go in with this. Also, I just call myself Mama, and there's no going back. So Smashbox Photo Finish Primer that minimize pores. Recently I've been using my pore filling primers on my cheekbone where I put highlighter because my pores were looking awfully emphasized with highlighters, so I just assume fill that in, try to help out your texture. Also shout out to everything on my face that I picked at today. Great timing. I'm feeling eyes first, which sucks because now you have to look at my skin. To tell you the truth, I've been looking at this palette and going, where the fuck do I start? I attempted filming with this twice. I only got about halfway. Twice. To be honest, this fucker overwhelms me because first of all, I love it, but I also don't do crazy shit that a lot of people do, and so I feel very basic when I'm like, oh, let's like do like 2 or 3 colors because everyone does like 7 or 8 or fits a whole palette on their eyes, which amazes me, and I wish I was them. Oh my god, how long was that in there? Also, I literally have 4 beverages on my desk. Hydrate before you dehydrate. And I also know that I do 98% warm tone looks, so I should probably branch out. Before I overthink it and my brain explodes, let's go in with Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer. I need a really nice mirror that a lot of YouTubers have when they film. That'll do. Have any of y'all used the P. Louis like eye base? I'm not sure how it's different from any other concealer or whatever, but apparently it's the only thing that's good in the world anymore. Alright, fuck it, let's go in with this shade right here. I'm just scared at looking at the amount that came off on my brush from like barely tapping it in. Also, I didn't set this, but I also see a lot of people using like a sticky base and then not setting it so that the pressed pigment like adheres to it. Do I already regret it? Was there something on this brush before? Because it looks like grayish, right? I don't know. You can't respond in the time that I'm asking this question. I think the only solution is to just put more on, because I'm a moron. It's fine, yeah. I'm having very mixed feelings. I'm gonna use this shade right here because it's a transition shade that, because it's warm tone, I think will kind of bring it back to life a little bit. It might make it kind of green because yellow and blue, but it's better than like blue and gray. Well, depending on the color scheme. But anyway, yeah, that's looking green. That was supposed to happen. Okay, let's just add more color. Okay, so 0 to 100, not so quick because I did have to layer about 18 layers on, so yeah. I'm blending out like right under this brow bone and the inner corner of the eye with a mixture of that light yellowish shade and the matte white shade just to blend it out because it was looking really choppy. Now I'm gonna add on this emerald green right here, put it in the crease. Also, I cleaned my brushes the other day. Are you proud of me? Because I'm extremely proud of me because I have a lot of brushes. So it's basically like laundry day when you haven't done laundry for about 3 months. Do you ever just buy makeup brushes to avoid cleaning the ones you have? Update. I love this and I feel like a mermaid. Just adding back in some of that blue and then back in with green. So in the inner and the outer corners, I'm going to be packing on that green shade. Oh, that is so pretty. Wow, nut. And then I'm packing on some blue right on top of that. Oh god, I'm like always hunched over. I'm like literally allergic to having good posture. I'm going to be taking a mixture of the black shade and the emerald shade and make a little concoction and put it right in the crease. I'm being super careful when I'm applying this. I'm taking a tiny bit of shadow, like dabbing it in my hand and then going in and then just building it up rather than like boom, it's there and it's hard to blend. And then putting that in my outer V. And I'm using the same concealer from Urban. I'll take the shade, put it on the middle, probably top it off with this guy right here. I'm just blending out the edges of that shimmer with the mixture of the green and the black. I'm using that matte white shade to highlight the brow bone. Just wipe away the edges. The little makeup removing wipe, which is why it's awesome to do eyes before face, because you literally can just do that instead of what I do 99.9% of the time, which is clean it up with concealer. I'm just gonna do the other eye, put some lashes on, and I'll be right back. So my face has already been primed. We already went over that. I'm gonna go in with my NYX green concealer, cover up my hyperpigmentation, just a bunch of my red stuff over here. Now that my face matches my eyeshadow, I'm going to go in with my favorite foundation combo, which is the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage and the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made. So I love this one. It can get a little shiny, but this guy's super matte. I don't like it on its own because it does not give me good coverage. Like it is, first of all, it's not transfer resistant like it claims to be. This does not give good coverage, but it looks very skin-like. So if I didn't have like a lot of pigmentation to cover up, I'm sure I would love it on its own. But I got shit on my face. That's weird. It looks like it's like cracking in the bottle. Do you see that? It's so fucking weird. Anyways, so I just like mixing these. I'll do about equal parts of the product and mix those together and spread them out. Then I take my sponge and I just blend it out so I get rid of those brush strokes, but because I spread out my foundation and then just go over it with a sponge, this doesn't absorb any product. And then I'll go in with concealer, which I'm using Tarte Shape Tape. This is not my first time trying this concealer. I tried it like right when it came out and I did not like it. I didn't think it was anything special and I'm still trying to decide if I like it, honestly. It's just like, I like that it's matte so it doesn't like crease a lot under the eye, but also like I feel like you have to use a lot of the product or else it doesn't work. Like it literally like fucks up my foundation, which is really annoying because I don't always want to like go crazy with concealer. I think it's just using it and like having it because it makes me feel current and relevant. I literally look like a ghost. Okay, so I'm taking my Coty Airspun powder and take my sponge, tap out any creases so you don't lock in those creases, and I just put the powder right under my eye. I literally look like a ghost. I can't. So I take my Anastasia, my contour stick in Fawn, and I just do a bit of cream contour. I just feel out my cheekbone, draw a line, a little stippling brush. This one is just e.l.f. There's noise outside. I hope that you can't hear it because of my fancy new setup, but if it is, I am sorry. Yeah, I just do like little circular motions and I do my best to like work the product upward instead of bringing it downwards because I want higher cheekbones. I don't want lower cheekbones. and my jawline. Skinnier already. Then I take the foundation brush that I use to spread out all the product and I just clean up under the contour to make it sharp. Then I use my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I use this shade as a contour shade, and I just briefly go over and kind of like set the contour so it lasts longer. But of course, because I use a stick or like a cream contour, I don't have to use as much powder. So I have the Too Faced Chocolate Gold Soleil bronzer. It smells so good. And pat that on my cheeks. I don't want to do like too much since I already have contour, but I do still want to have color. For blush, I'm using the very old Dusty and Rusty Wet n Wild blush in Mellow Wine. Just take a little bit of that. And then I just go over that with my sponge just to kind of like press it into the skin so it doesn't just look like a whole bunch of powder. Before we finish off the eyes, I am going to apply highlight, and I'm going to use this shade from the James Charles palette. Oh, that's actually really pretty. To avoid doing basically the same look that I did with the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette, I'm going to venture into these pinks and purples for the bottom lid. I'm first going to start off with this shade right here, and I'm just going to buff it under the eye. That's a super beautiful color. Wow. I've seen a few people comment about how, you know, the pinks and the purples are like staining, although that's like a common thing. Like the color just has a formula that stains, like that's with multiple palettes. Specifically, I watched a video this morning of this girl like screaming about how it stained her lids. So we're gonna go in with this hot pink shade right here and smoke out the lower lash line. I want to take this light pink and blend it out so it's not like this. I really wish that I had a hot pink eyeliner, but I don't. But I do have a blue one from LA Girl. Drag it a little into the lash line. I'm gonna take a mixture of this shade and this shade and smudge the liner out with it. Then I'm just going to take the matte white shade and I'm just going to, I don't know, put it where I always put it, which is right in the tear duct. And because I can't stop looking at this color, I'm going to put this guy in the inner corner. Hopefully it goes well. Okay, that color's doing almost nothing. Spray. That's something, I guess. That didn't do as much as I hoped for. So I'm just gonna take this shade. It's kind of pinky-ish, kind of peachish. Gonna put it on the inner corner. Let's put some mascara on the lower lashes. I'm just using this Stila Huge mascara. It's a little guy. Once I basically am done, that's when I go in with my like eyebrow gel because my eyebrows get super dusty after I do all the things. So that's when I go in my Benefit Gimme Brow and I just plump up my brow hairs. I'm just gonna very quickly finish this all up with some lips. I'm gonna take Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Lip Liner in Deep. Don't know why I said I'm lining my lips when I'm definitely overlining them, but Lash Lipstick in Lick. I'm gonna top it off with the Too Faced Lip Injections. This is the finished look. I hope you all enjoyed this, enjoyed watching me struggle with the James Charles palette, enjoyed me doing all of the things. I enjoyed making this. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up. If you didn't, I guess you could leave a thumbs down, but like, you don't gotta be like that. But yeah, that wraps up this video. I hope you all enjoyed and I will see you next time. Bye.